Fasting in combination with meditation are the cure to every physical, mental, and spiritual affliction. And in my personal opinion, it is impossible to be spiritually awakened without making fasting and meditating in combination part of your lifestyle habits. In this video, I'm going to define fasting. I'm going to define the different types of fast, and then I'm going to explain how I incorporate all of those different fasts into my own life. Fasting is abstaining from food, drink, and sex for the purpose of starving your carnal body or your flesh so that you can feed your Holy Spirit. There are 5 most common fasts: intermittent fasting, extended fasting, partial fasting, water fasting, and juice fasting. Intermittent fasting is alternating between eating and fasting periods. For example, some people will choose to only eat between the hours of 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. Any time outside of these hours, they aren't drinking or eating at all. If they are drinking anything, it is typically only spring water. An extended fast is when a person abstains for food, drink, and sex for 3 or more days in a row. This is the type of fast that is needed to activate a Kundalini awakening. What happens after spending at least 72 hours without food, drink, and sex is your Kundalini energy, which is actually a fluid, travels up Jacob's ladder, which is the 33 vertebrae of your spine, and hits the calcified pineal gland, causing it to decalcify, which quite literally gives you more access to the neural functions in your brain. A partial fast is restricting certain foods and meals and sex for a specific duration of time. An example of a partial fast would be the Daniel fast, which includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, nuts, and legumes, excludes animal products, processed foods, sugar, and caffeinated beverages. The Daniel fast typically lasts for 21 days. A water fast is consuming only spring water for a specific duration of time. And finally, a juice fast is consuming only fruit or vegetable juices for a duration of time. I incorporate all 5 of these into my life in different ways. First, I intermittent fast by eating only between the hours of 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. Second, I do a 3-day fast every other week, meaning twice a month, or for 6 days total. Third, I live by a plant-based diet that is largely fruit and some vegetables, so I'm always partial fasting. And finally, for 4 and 5, I only eat whole foods for 4 days out of the week, which means that for the other 3 days, I'm either doing a water fast or a juice fast. Fasting in combination with meditation are spiritual workouts, and your body as the temple is the spiritual gym. There is quite literally no other way to get rid of your devils and demons. In the Bible, we learn of a story in chapter 9 of Mark where Yehoshua heals a boy possessed by an unclean spirit after his disciples are unable to do it. Later, they ask him why they couldn't do it, and he tells them that evil spirits can only be driven out by fasting and prayer. We've briefly covered that fasting and meditation should, in theory, be interchangeable, but the church, the institution, the corporation, has confused the people to make you believe that prayer should be something that is outer body, when really it should be inner body and inner mind. But let me show you what I'm talking about. Mark 9:29 reads like this: "And he said unto them, This kind can come forth by nothing, but by prayer and fasting." It should be noted that this verse was deliberately taken out of the NIV, ESV, NRSV, CSB, and NLT versions of the Bible, almost as if they don't want you to know. Anyways.